So this is the aquarium that we bought off Amazon, and we got a great deal on it, we think. This aquarium we picked up for a little less than $80. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got here.
It's the same exact filter as our 90. But this is our new filter.
Even though there's no name brand sticker on here, this is what it says.
Oh, cool. Oh, this is, I think things should hook up the filters, I believe. We have the tubing. Oh,
So this says outside filter. Well, I think that this is the same exact model. Of course, it's the no-name brand from the Aquatop that I'm running over there. This is the, they call it in the book, they just call it outside filter. That's what they call it, the HW304. Outside filter, I don't make it up. This looks exactly the same as the Aquatop filter that I paid twice the price for. So I picked this up online for like 70 bucks. So worst case scenario, I put it on, I don't like it. I'm not out exactly, you know, a ton of dough, but on the other hand, if I put it on and it works great like this other one, then I got an awesome filter for 70 bucks. So, okay, here's what it comes with. Instruction manual. Pretty straightforward. And it also comes with the return hose and intake hose. And this is the return head. This is the module that goes in here. Stamp it down in there. And this must be the intake. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that sits on the back of your tank. This comes down. Wait a minute. So that looks an awful lot like that Aquatop back there. Of course, this one doesn't have a brand name on it, and it was half the price of that one. So that goes in like that, and it closes. It locks it in place. This is the cap for the light. Turn it on and off right here. And that's to start the siphon. Let's see what's inside. Unlock this. Unlock that. And these ones raise it up. There's the power head. Or the pump. You can smell the lubricant on the gasket. That's where the light goes. Okay, they did not give us anything in here other than the light, the housing for the light, and the light is attached to this. I'll take that off when I'm ready. And they just gave us the sponges. There's no media. There's no media in here. So, that's weird. There's moisture in here. That's weird. Anyway, so I'll put my own media in there. And we'll get this thing figured out and put together, and we'll get this going on to our. What in the heck? There's hair in here. Gross. We'll get this onto our 150 gallon behind us, in conjunction with another pump. So, okay. So this is the Polar Aurora 4-stage canister filter. It also comes with a UV light sterilizer. I got this for like $70. Maybe it was $72, 71, whatever. Around $70 for a canister filter. So it's by far the best value I have found a canister filter for. We'll see if it holds up. But I bought an Aqua Top before, and I paid, I think, probably double the price or even more. And it looks like the same exact filter. So, and I saw there's some other ones out there like Sun or something like that. But anyway, this is the Polar Aurora 4-stage canister filter. I'm running an Aqua Top over here. And that Aqua Top seems to be doing a really good job. So I've had it for several years. Knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with it, other than I had to replace the light bulb, which was no big deal. I just did that the other day. So actually, let's see if it's still working. And it's still working. There's a little light on top. You can see if it's on or not. So here, I'll show you. That light tells you if the UV sterilizer light is on. That's the Aqua Top. And it certainly looks a heck of a lot like this here. Except this one has literally no branding, no logo, no stickers on it whatsoever. So, but there's the 4 trays and the tubing, and there's a jar of charcoal that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to use these, here, I'll show you. I am going to use these filter media bags to take this charcoal, and I'll fill those up, and I'll get those in those 4 trays. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to try to get the tannins out of this aquarium from this driftwood that I put in there. So we're going to give that a whirl. I'll show you how it works. But then I thought, well, I might as well show you how I put this whole canister filter together too. So since I just opened it out of the box. So I took that charcoal, the big box of canister of charcoal I had, and I filled up these mediums, or these 3x8 size bags of media bags with the charcoal, the bulk charcoal. And then I'm just going to throw it in here, like so. And then I got another bigger bag I'm going to go get. I didn't realize those were going to be so small in there, but I have larger media bags, so let me go make one of those. You want to Do you want to see me make one of those? Okay. All right. Don't mind the mess of the utility room here. We'll use it for a lot of stuff. So, this is the bags that I'm using. This is a small filter media bag. This is 3 inches by 8 inches. That's the one that you just saw me put in there. And then here is the large bag. It's 4 inch by 12 inch. So that should fit in there nicely. So I'm gonna open this up. That's a good sized bag. I've got my charcoal in this bucket so it doesn't fall down the drain. I don't know if you can see from up there, but this is basically it. Basically just scoop it into the just scoop it out and throw it into the filter bag. Wonder if I can now, since I got a bunch out of there, I wonder if I can pour it in here. Yeah, that's better. And then, what I do is I just rinse these off. So, rinse them out. And you'll see all the dust coming out of there. And that's why you rinse it, because you don't want all that in your aquarium, right? So we just rinse it off real quick. Mix it up a little bit. Rinse it from the outside. That's it. Rinse it, cinch it up, tie a knot in it, call it a day. All right, let's go back to the filter. Now we can just go ahead and throw that right in here. Tuck the string underneath it. There we go. So I've got 1, 2, 3 bags of charcoal. I'm gonna go make another bag, so we'll have this tray, and this tray, and I'll put some other stuff in this this basket. I'm only using this as the charcoal temporarily to get these tannins out of this water behind me, but I'll put other filter media in here after I get this water cleaned up. So I'm just trying the charcoal now. I might run to the store and grab some of that Zorb stuff too and try that. So, but anyway, this is the filter. This is how it's going to go together. And stay tuned. All right, here's our third one. I'm going to put it right in here with that. Tuck this under. All right, so let's put our big one on the bottom here. Actually, I need to do this. I need to pay attention here and see which way this goes once we have it connected. So, pardon me just for a minute while I orient myself to this so we know the proper way that it goes. So I know it goes that way. So I need to know where so that goes in the top front right corner. The reason I'm doing that is that I need to know where the UV light slides down through the hole. You'll see that in a second as we move along. So I know it's in the top right, front right rather. So I'm going to put this one in first. That's in there, that's in there, looks good. I am going to tie this because I didn't tie it yet. That way the charcoal doesn't come flying out of the bag. There, bag's tied. Plop that in there. Let me tie this one. I didn't tie this one either. So let's tie it real quick. And we'll flop it in there. Doop, doop, doop. There it goes. that. So this is number 2 basket. They go right down on top of each other. They fit snugly in there. Now I've got to decide here. I've got 2 more canisters. I'm sorry, 2 more trays to go inside the canister. So I got to decide what I'm going to do here. What I think I'm going to do is use this stuff. Where'd it go? I think I'm just going to cut some more of this out, put it in here. This fine pad media here. So I'll just cut this and fit that in there, and then I'll run to the store. Well, we'll see how this works first and see if I need to buy that other stuff. I may have to buy it. We'll figure it out. When I'm done with this canister filter, when I'm done using it without all the activated charcoal in here, I'll put the right media in here, and then I'll put it on the back of this 150-gallon tank. So in conjunction with that Flue Vault 406 that I have underneath there. So that's the plan. And this isn't going to fit exactly. This isn't going to fit exactly, but it'll be good enough for what I need it for. Just like that. So it's already got some filter pad in here. I'm just putting another one on top of it. And then we'll just set that down in here where it goes. And I have these other 2 pieces. But anyway, when they ship this out of the factory, I don't know if you can see this or not. When they ship this to you, they strap the light and the housing for the light right into it. So I'll snip that out of there. So, comes in a little cardboard box. This is the UV light. I have it packaged pretty well in there. I don't know if you're supposed to touch these or not. If you're supposed to grease from your fingers on there, but there's the light. So it goes right into here. And you can see where the 2 prongs line up and where it locks in. And then you just push it down. Maybe. Doesn't seem to go in there that easy, so let's see what we're doing wrong here. Alright, here's the prong. There's that. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like it goes just like this. Doesn't matter. It seems like it's taking way too much pressure to put this thing in. Okay, so you had to put a little pressure on that to get it to go in all the way. That'll make you a little nervous, considering it's a glass bulb. Anyway, it's in. And then this, I only know this because I have the Aqua Top, which is exactly the same. So this has these little notches on it. It goes into these grooves. Slide it down gently, line it up, push it down, turn it till it goes all the way over to the right and locks in. So that's locked in. Next. This goes on top here. I don't know. I'll just throw these things in here for now. I don't have any extra bio balls or any of that stuff, so but I'm gonna go to the store and pick up everything I need for later. But for now, let's do this. We'll have it all set up. This goes on top, like so. Canisters all together. Nothing to it. And then this, very carefully, this, you see the hole, you see the light, so that light's got to go down into that hole. And by the way, there's a gasket around here, and you can tell that they've got some type of lubricant of some sort on here. I'd say that makes it last longer and gives you the good seal, so right there. So I'm going to put this in easily, like this. Fits down in good. Give her a little shove there. That goes on there, that goes on here. Whoops. That gives it a lock down there. Put those down and you're good to go. There's the pump, the primer, get it going. And here's that little, you can take this off, and that's how you get onto your light. You turn your light on or off right here, your UV filter, and then it'll glow out of there and let you know that it's on. And then just put the top back on it. And these two have little grooves on them so you know which way they go. There you go. That's that. Now we've got to get to the tubing part. So let's get that figured out. So here's the controller, the valve. The right side is the intake, and the left side is output. Unless it goes this way. Oh boy. Oh, it goes that way. Well, that pushes down, and then you lock it in place like that, and it's locked in place. So simple enough stuff. This just shoves onto here. You'll see that this has like a beveled spout here. So you shove it down on top of there, like so. That goes on there, and then this tightens up. I don't want to over tighten it, but you want to make sure that it's snug. And there it is, that's hand tight. And know that this is the intake side, this is the output side. So let's take a look at what we got here. This is what we got. So let's try this without breaking it. Because this is pretty, this feels like it's pretty brittle plastic. We're about to find out. That is as far as I'm going to be able to get this to go. I think this is the clamp that goes on here like this to hold it in place. That's the return. Then you can see what it has. It has these little holes in here. Okay. And then we have, oh, you know what? Instead of doing that, Look, I got this little thing for like this little, yeah, let's get rid of this. I don't care for these. So let me take this back off. All right, I don't care for these. I've had them at other aquariums. Personal preference, I don't use them. But I will go ahead and use this dewey. Ha, check this out. So it goes on there, and it's made so it can twist. You want it to go down that way. You want it to go to the right. You want it to go to the left. I'll be darned. Down. Up. All right. I do like that. Okay. Let's get this thing on the aquarium. We're going to put it under here. Let me make some space. This is my Fluval 406 filter. You know, I've been partial to Fluval since I started this hobby, but they're expensive. And I found this one for a fraction of the price, so I'm going to give it a whirl. And remember, I'm running it as a backup to this one in this 150-gallon aquarium. And down here, I've got this little 10-gallon tank. That's for our feeder fish. So we keep them in there. I just have a sponge filter going, and then we feed the arowana from down here. So, okay, let's get this out of the way. See that right here? That lip. I don't think I can get this to go any wider. Or not wide enough for that. Crap. I'll figure something out. Because that's well above the water. So that's made to slip over the back of the tank, but it isn't wide enough to take into account this lip, this ledge. So that would have to be cut out. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I mean, I see aquariums like that all the time. You know, the used aquariums you pick up, they're all notched all over the place. I don't want to do that. So, for that reason, this thing bums me out. So I got to come up with something different. And even if I can get it to attach like this, right here, even if I can do this, it's still out of the water. So it's going to make all kinds of friggin' noise when that water shoots out of there. I mean, I've got it pointed down. But here's the problem. What happens if this thing comes off? It's only on there a smidge, you know, the length of my fingernail. What to do. So what I ended up doing is they come with these little clips on the back of them, these like little vices that squeeze together. So I ended up just taking these little plastic pieces off. And they give me a little more room, but well, that's how I did it. It's not ideally how I would like it. I would like to have my return on one side and my intake on the other, like I do with the Fluval. You see I've got the intake over there, and I have the return back there in that corner. But I don't have enough tubing for this knockoff filter here to get my returns and intake in the opposite side, so like that. I mean, I'll get some longer tubing. I'll figure it out. It's not that big of a deal right now. Ultimately, I'll get it figured out. But temporarily, we got it set up. I'm going to go ahead and prime it and get some water rolling through it and see if I can't get this tea-colored water to clear up. See how dark it is? You can really see it in the sand. It's supposed to be very light. So we'll check that out. Kids' fingerprints are on here. Pretty sure that's a nose print and a lip print. Okay. So the decision I'm trying to make right now is if I want to go put some more filter media in here before I prime this. And my thought is, well, let's just see what happens. Let's just prime it. So I do not have it plugged in. This is not an on and off switch for the power to this. This is only an on and off switch for the light. When you plug this in, it will start. So plug it in last. And then just use this little primer. I don't know if you can see from up there. So let's prime this by pushing this down. There it goes. This is all the air being evacuated out of the canister from the water coming down into it from the siphon. I'm going to give it one more press here on the primer, although I don't think I need to. Alright, let's plug it in and see what happens. Okay, it's running. A little noisy, but once I put the front on here, just stop some of that noise. That light is not working. Oh, there it goes. If you can see that or not. Might be too light in there. See a little purple light or purple blue light that lets us know that the UV light is on. So we'll put the cap back on here. Alright, listen, I'm going to unplug it. That's unplugged. You can hear my 406 running. And then when I plug this back in, you can hear it. That's pretty noisy. I'm going to unplug it again. And then I'm going to show you this over here, the aqua top. That aqua top is almost silent. I mean, you can hear it a little bit. That's weird. So I'm pretty sure it's the same one. Just a different name on it. Could be wrong, I don't know. If you know, leave a comment below, let me know. That'd be great. It'd be great to know. I mean, the thing looks exactly identical. Maybe the pumps are different.
The sound stopped because it's in the water. Or my dad just stopped the whole thing.
Yep, so there we go. We got both our things, our filters going.
Oh my god.
I'm going to turn this one so it shoots the water that way. I wish I could. You know what? I'm just going to go get a power head and put that in there so we can get some wave motion in the aquarium. How's that sound?
Great.
So here's the deal. The filter is a little bit louder than my other canister filters, but for 70 bucks, I mean, you're getting a 4-stage canister filter with a UV sterilizer light. I don't know. I think for the money, it's a great value. So if I run into any problems along the way, I will certainly come back and update this video thread. But I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching. And if you found any part of this helpful, give it a thumbs up. We certainly appreciate you being here.